they put their foot out. Just don't get so ahead of yourself.
Anybody got them mothers that would hit you with a shoe? I had a mother that would throw a shoe at you at the drop of a dime and back you up wherever she was aiming.
I don't want to give you the wrong impression of my dad. He never hit us. Carried a gun. Well, he never shot us. He just...
When I started, I just did fat jokes. I didn't know other families had that insanity that I grew up with.
Oh, yeah, Mom told me to tell you today. You're adopted. You're ruining this whole family.
That's why we laugh. And that's why the family sitcom has always prevailed. In the 50s, you get these sitcoms that, frankly, aren't really trying to be that funny.
Boy, nobody can make pancakes like Mom.
Nobody can eat them like Pop.
These shows are presented by soap sellers, car sellers. They wanted their product to be nice, with no sharp edges, so it couldn't be that daring.
Very sort of white bread portrayals of family were what the public wanted to see at that time. But in the 70s, all that changed. The comedy grew out of transgression. Shows like All in the Family showed a different side of that nuclear family.
You realize how many boring things I gotta do in a single day that drive me crazy? I gotta get up. I gotta brush my teeth. I have to shave. And I hate to shave. There are mornings when I stand there debating with that mirror. Should I shave or should I cut my throat? But I shave. Well, it's too bad you always lose that argument.
What was it about All in the Family that was so different from things that had come before?
Well, I wasn't aware at the time there was anything different. I was writing out of my own experience. I grew up with a father, much like Archie Bunker, who insisted that I was the laziest white kid he ever met.
You are a meathead. A meathead, dead from the neck up.
Norman Lear blows the lid off what a family sitcom is.
We were writing about what we knew, what was happening in our families, up the street, down the street, across the street from each other. And that's how we got to the real problems.
I think it's time we had a brother-to-brother talk. Or to put it delicately, a talk about the birds and the bees.
Well, I have to study right now. I'll teach you about sex some other time.
Norman Lear gave you All in the Family. He gave you Good Times. He gave you The Jeffersons. He gave you different looks of what real niche versions of the American family were in different segments of this country.
Well, he married one of the mixed up families.
What do you mean, mixed up?
Z. These white, these black, these red.
It was basically all flawed characters, but that was what was good about it. People could relate to the fact that these were not perfect things, far from it.
You could draw a line right there. That's where it started to change. And that paved the way for everything that came after.
I'm going to get married when I'm 23.
23.
And I'll have 100 bugs.
Husband named Bud. Bud what?
Bud Huxtable.
The Cosby Show in the 80s normalizes the black experience in a way that was super important. That felt more like my family than when I heard the myth of the black family was.
How do you get into college with grades like this?
No problem.
Huh?
See, I'm not going to college.
Damn right. We had Cosby Show, Family Ties, we had The Seavers, and those families were saying we're all basically the same.
It was a more conservative era, and so you had these upper middle class households who don't worry about money, you know, are able to like balance their careers and their kids. And then in comes Roseanne.
I'm sorry, what do you want me to do? Throw myself off a bridge?
Yeah, and take your brother and sister with you.
Are you ever sorry we got married?
Every second of my life.
We used to a certain amount of slickness in our sitcoms, but Roseanne got rid of all of that, mostly because she was never that kind of performer. This was not the Cosby Show. They were letting it all hang out and letting it be funny.
You're being totally unfair because I don't want to eat your stinking beans.
Wrong. I am being totally unfair because that is my job. Now you sit down and have a nice dinner with your family.
I say disown.
I wanted to do a show that was about real people, that wasn't about, honey, bathroom wall needs cleaning. You know, I wanted to do a show that was like just the joy and the horror of like life.
Every person is from a family recognizes all that stuff. Human beings are a huge pain in the ass. How any of them get along with any others of them?
Knock it off!
They don't actually.
Sometimes I don't know what to do. Sometimes I just want to smack you.
You're stuck with your family. There's nothing you can do about them. And you put up with stuff from your family that you wouldn't put up with from anybody else.
What do you mean you don't eat no meat? Oh, that's okay. I make lamb. Go on.
Anything that you find horrifying as a kid, just write it down, because when you're older, you can make money off it.
You scream all night with it, Gigi. You turned out fine. I did turn out fine. I'm a fat comedian with OCD. I get up with strangers and talk about my... This is not good parenting.
New Infallible Total Cover from L'Oreal. Full coverage foundation. Super lightweight. Pro formula really lasts. But if forever doesn't last forever, just cover and conceal. New Infallible Total Cover from L'Oreal Makeup Designer, Paris.
Oh, how was the open house? So good. You apply? Oh, I'll do it later. Thanks. The credit score must be amazing. Credit score? Credit karma. It's free. That's great. Mm-hmm. With that done. Done. That apartment's mine!
Credit karma. Give yourself some credit.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a medication, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. Humira has been clinically studied for over 18 years. Humira works by blocking and helping to block a specific that contributes to RA symptoms. It's proven to help relieve pain and stop further joint damage in many adults.
I didn't get him a good shot. And you get all this insulin, you gotta get him. They were screaming. He must have hit a muscle, but he wasn't really a little bit stop. He had a little.
Doctor, if you've been to areas where infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start to have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
For millions of baby boomers, there's a virus out there.
How can that even be?
A virus that's serious like HIV, but it hasn't been talked about much. A virus that's almost forgotten. It's hepatitis C. 1 in 30 boomers have hepatitis C, yet most don't even know it. C? That's because Hep C can hide in your body silently for years, even decades without symptoms.
Okay, that's David. It's like regression. Come on, JD. Gotta get more juice.
Hep C can cause liver
Want
damage.
to save up the table?
But there's
Don't touch it.
The CDC recommends all baby boomers get tested for Hep C. All it takes is a simple one-time test.
Not biological.
I usually the phones in the car touching lights.
What's important here is that you try to do the wrong thing.
That's right, I did, didn't I?
You have certain archetypes in the bar, in the office, in the workplace, in the taxi company. They're there because they are real and they're honest and they're true, and we all recognize them.
There's some kind of ball or something. He's not going to it. President's ball.
Yeah, the correspondence
But he's not going for what we got in here. Well, he's not
usually,
going.
someone roast the president at that.
Oh, he doesn't want to be roasted?
You can hear when you're trying to make a comedy.
Oh, God. Yeah, he'll be barbecue.
From the suits. It's
Oh, yeah.
You can't take it.
I don't.
Oh, sorry, no, it's not you, it's the other one.
The other what?
Packy. Oh.
It's Dingy Grant.
Can't
I
stand
think the thing that made The Office successful with Ricky Gervais was the realism, was more relationship oriented, and commented on the mundaneness of situations that we all find ourselves in.
I have to work with him for another day.
I'll
sit my throat.
You won't do it like that. Get the knife in behind the windpipe. put it down like that. Oh, could just apply for another thing.
The jokes or the stories or the emotion isn't from the work. It's from the people who work together.
All right, where to first?
You're most fun.
All you need to relate
Eyeball porn five.
is the human connection, the lovability that these people live together, know each other, love each other, and it's that love underneath that allows for all kinds of behavior.
I can't argue with this.
Can I argue with you, Grant?
I enlisted in the Army in 2005. I went to Iraq 3 times and Afghanistan once. She's the culprit that ripped our door off. Broke into a steel door, created quite a bit of damage. Actually used the axe. Take pictures of it right there for USAA and they take care of the rest. USAA is great with both active and decorated military. I'm Josh Eilers and I'm a USAA member.
Fire means flavor.
What happened? Oh, wait. I'm pretty much clear.
Thursday, enjoy new savory lemon rosemary syrup, Cajun smoked sausage, and tropical mango chili lime fish. Dinner's just $11.99, only at Golden Corral.
What's the best way to get 2 servings of veggies? V8 or a powdered drink? Ready? Go. You got a figure. I was joking. Glad I had a V8. The original way to fuel your day.
Hi, I'm Paul, and I switched to Sprint. And right now, Sprint is using unlimited data talk and text.
Seriously?
Good shot.
Yeah, it's the best unlimited plan ever, with lines for just $22.50 per month.
That's amazing.
That's 50% off Verizon's new unlimited plan. Can you hear that?
Switch to Sprint and get unlimited data, talk, and text. Plus, get HD video and 10 gigabytes of mobile hotspot. All for just $22.50 per month per line for 4 lines. That's 50% off Verizon and AT&T rates.
What the hell? I hit it so fast.
Closed captioning brought to you by Mesobook.com.
We offer a free book on mesothelioma. Call for the free book and receive so much more. 1-800-831-3700.
Wednesday night, John McCain, Lindsey Graham, 2 maverick Republican senators together on one stage in a live CNN town hall, moderated by Dana Batch. Wednesday night at 9, only on CNN.
Your TWC TV app is now the Spectrum TV app. It still has all of the same great features, but with a brand new look. You can use it to watch live TV, thousands of on-demand movies, and your favorite shows. Plus search, save, and more. And now it's available on more devices than ever before. So update your TV app today and start enjoying TV on your terms.
Children's Dental, we designed our space station to launch our patients into a future of excellent dental care. Gentleness and reassurance are always part of our mission. We specialize in pediatric dentistry and orthodontics, treating infants, children, and adolescents in a fun, out-of-this-world environment. Right now, get a free exam and x-rays on your first visit. Call or visit us at seemechildrensdental.com to schedule your appointment today. See Me Children's Dental, the spaceship dentist.
Here you go, the most news in the morning. Monday, starting at 6 Eastern on CNN.
Puberty usually begins between the ages of 11 and 14 when profound hormonal changes occur. The onset of these changes is the function of a small gland called the pituitary. This gland sends chemicals throughout the body, most notably resulting in height increase and hair growth in the genital area.
Hey, knock it off. Think this is funny? Just try.
Okay. People love coming of age comedy because it's innocence to not in a sense, you know.
Obstacles to growing up, obstacles to maturing are always really hilarious because most of the time things do not go well. You don't know how to deal with the emotions of it, the physical aspects of it, and so it's just going to be very embarrassing.
She's gotten her boobies.
I better go get my magnifying glass.
When I was in high school and my mother said to me, someday you'll look back on all this and laugh, you know, I didn't realize it would take like 20 years, but ultimately she was right.
My two front teeth didn't fall out until I was in 5th grade, which is late. And that same week, I got my period, which is early.
Any stage of life, if you tell the story honestly, it can be funny. That's what people connect with. Everybody's been 12 years old. Everybody knows what that feels like.
Were you typical?
I was typical of a I guess, a young, budding, future pervert.
Ever walking around when you were a young man, just sitting in class and you get hard for nothing? You be just sitting there and you say, hey, what's going on in here? That's when the teacher said, Mr. Murphy, want to come work out this problem on the board?
We're just trying to figure out how to be humans, and your life is changing, and you're becoming aware of how it's changing, and, you know, sex is just this crazy, mysterious thing.
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Let's face it, all of these unpleasant subjects, one way of dealing with them is humor.
I can't believe this. They fucking forgot my birthday.
John Hughes captured many different eras of life, but he was one of the great storytellers about being a high school student.
He took his teenage characters incredibly seriously, all of them.
I love the bus.
16 Candles was a revelation to me as a kid because I thought, oh, I'm Anthony Michael. That's who I am.
Epitomizes what it's like to be 15, 14, you know, a freshman. I mean, you know, he's anxious to be at the senior party. He's anxious to be with this girl.
A guy who's normally made fun of in other movies is a hero in this movie. Farmer Ted is, you know, you could argue the lead of that flick for a lot of us.
Very nice. We're 5 minutes in. I'm at a loss.
Prior to John Hughes, most of the comedies weren't aimed at us. The teenager to us in the movies was Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. These kids, when they were in high school, looked like, you know, my parents. It was kind of like you woke up one day and was like, this is an entirely underserved audience here. Let's make movies about them, for them, on their level, talking the way they talk, using actors that look their age.
I think one of the mistakes that is commonly made in Hollywood is that it's just they're going for the bucks, and they're not going for the heart.
I think he's very honest, and that he doesn't try to show us for something that we're not.
He took the simplest of canvases and ones we were all familiar with.
Bueller.
Growing up.
Bueller.
Staying home from school. The sneaky stuff we like to pull off.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
John was obsessed with sort of the middle American outlook on life. There's no clearer expression of John's affection for what is a flawed society, but he loves it.
Right, that's it. I'm gonna be right outside those doors. The next time I have to come in here, I'm cracking skulls.
He celebrated the normalcy in all of us. He made it bigger. He made detention an event. He made oddballs okay.
We were all pretty bizarre. Some of us just better at hiding it, that's all.
Okay. Because Hughes cracked the code with the teen audience, others that followed realized, oh, you don't have to talk down to them, you can talk up to them or talk right at their level.
Man, I hate high school.
On Freaks and Geeks, what was important to everybody at the show was that it was realistic.
Somebody please tell me what's wrong. What about
Paul Feig wrote characters that were more authentic. He really, more than anyone else, to me, understands really what it was like and hasn't forgotten what it was like to feel like an outcast.
Hey. Now, if Sam wearing something different to express his individuality makes him a homo, well then, I guess we should all be proud to be homos. Now you go ahead, Sam.
Paul had this idea that he wanted to see a high school show about the kids no one ever talked about.
You're dead weird.
That was very different for network television. It seemed bizarre to them. But why do they fail all the time? And we just thought, because you fail all the time. It was that simple.
Well, I guess we live on the same floor. If you live on this floor, I don't know where you live.
What I love about Judd Apatow is that he took the smartness of the John Hughes, but let the kids be a little less articulate about it. They're a little more lost. They're not quite as sure of themselves.
It's just not fair that they get to flaunt that stuff, you know, and like I have to hide every erection I get. I mean, just imagine if girls weren't weirded out by our boners and stuff and just like wanted to see. I mean, that's the world I one day want to live in.
No matter how much we try to add new viewpoints to it, we're still the same people reacting to the same change, and there's something really startling about that.
If you get to the heart of it, beyond all the funny, and find out that the ticking, living, breathing heart there that you can identify with, you've got the illness.
Love. I got you, baby. It's being there when you're needed most. Love is knowing it was meant to be. And love always keeps you safe. We're fine. Love is why we built a car you can drive now and for a long time to come. The all-new
that's dangerous.
5-door. A car you can love, no matter what road you're on. The Subaru Impreza.
I painted myself in the corner.
As a dancer, I love being able to pass on everything I know. One thing I've learned is that when all eyes are on me, I can't have any doubts. Especially when it comes to what I'm wearing. It needs to fit my body just right. Looking good on stage is one thing, but real confidence comes from feeling good up there.
Try the improved fit of new Depend Silhouette Briefs. Get a free sample at Depend.com.
As a Maropulos member, I progress as well as surprising most.
The new Marriott portfolio of hotels now has 30 brands in over 110 countries. So no matter where you go, you are here. Join your link accounts today.
It's your TV. Take it with you. With DirecTV and AT&T, stream live TV anywhere, data free. Join DirecTV today, starting at $35 a month. No extra monthly fees.
Where's the car? It'll be here in 4 minutes. Are you kidding me? No, it looks like he took a wrong turn. Don't worry, this guy's got like a 4-star rating. We're good. His name's Randy. That's like one of the most trustworthy names.
Ordering a getaway car with an app?
Are you Randy? Awesome.
Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Aaron saved by switching to Geico.
Are you comfortable with the air tap?
I could go a little cooler.
Okay.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Don't be afraid. Come on, man. Camera, we're going crazy. Come on.
I do believe we are susceptible a little bit to madness. If you have that kind of brain, you can go dark real fast.
If you're a comedian, there's the part of you that's unhinged.
Drugs and alcohol have led to some amazing comedy, but in the end, the drugs and alcohol always beat art.
Sometimes comedy is no laughing matter. Spark of Madness. The history of comedy. Thursday at 10 on CNN.
It's a great time to head to the mountains, and a Ford SUV is a great way to get there, especially with 0% for 60 months plus $2,000 cash on Escape and Explorer. Imagine taking a ski trip to Mammoth Mountain or June Mountain, or hit the local slopes at Bear Mountain or Snow Summit. Either way, Ford can help you get there. All Fords have great deals. Test drive any of them and get a free lift ticket. There may be a lot of snow, but tickets are limited. Take that test drive today. It's your chance to ski for free.
Inside every business, long walks to randomly placed printers put productivity out of reach. Far too much coffee for one person.
Jerry!
I bought a ferret, you guys.
Alright, well, look at the spreadsheets, huh? I gotta get to that printer. Oh.
You got 10 minutes? I gotta tell you this amazing story. Let Brother put the right machines right where you need them, so everyone can work more and wander less, putting productivity at their side. I'm busy too. It's fine.
This is CNN, the most trusted name in news.
Women know what men want, men know what men want. What do we want? We want women. That's it. It's the only thing we know for sure. It really is. We want women. How do we get them? Oh, we don't know about that. We don't know.
The reason relationships are such a fertile.
That's no man's land.
What do you look for in life? Anything more than love, except maybe money. And money's just so not funny. How many women's purses are about 5 pounds heavier in case you do sleep elsewhere this evening? You guys may think we're being spontaneous, but we're the past for these events,
Whether you're in a very insanely committed relationship or you've been dating somebody for a couple
It's
days,
the bottom of the
you
14
can
and it
recognize
scratches.
the ridiculousness of the situation. Like, we go through an awful lot, just to get naked with people.
The only time I get hit on is last call at the bar. What a weird time of night, right? The lights go on. Feels real ravey all of a sudden. You see some dude in a full blackout just walking at me. A zombie just pointing at his own here. I'm like, I'll get us a cab.
Romance is a great source for comedy because everybody wants it. Also, romance
Hit it.
instant vulnerability. It's a situation where stakes are really high. And whenever the stakes are really high, funny shit's gonna happen.
Did you want to see some brochures?
I really want you to leave, but I don't know how to say it without sounding like a dick.
The idea that human beings couple up, it's ridiculous.
Imagine if marriage didn't exist. You're a guy and you ask a woman to get married. You'd be like, hey, so, we've been hanging out for a long time, spent a lot of time together. I want to keep doing that till you're dead.
It doesn't really make sense. Because of that, it's rife with comedy.
That takes courage to go on a date, for both sides. Two very different kinds of courage. The male courage, traditionally speaking, is that he decided to ask. He went up to a random woman who he has no idea if she's going to like him or not, and he walked up to her terrified. Everything in your body's telling you, just go the fuck home and jerk off, don't do this.
It's a hilarious subject because it's awkward and it makes you feel great or it makes you feel terrible. You're breaking your
Holy cow.
I'm getting back together with you. We are so over.
Bye bye me! If I had a terrible breakup, I would just come and wail about the breakup, and I think because it was so real and honest, it relates to people.
Oh, I'm gonna get stuck. I can't get
It's actually really comforting to realize that something that is just truly troubling in your life
Gonna go
is
forward.
great fodder for comedy.
Now, those were the days when people knew how to be in love.
You're a basket case.
They knew it. Time, distance, nothing could separate them because they knew it was right. It was real. It was
A movie. That's your problem. You don't want to be in love. You want to be in love in a movie.
Love-hate relationship with romantic comedies because it sets these ideals that you can never reach. But love is so relatable, you immediately empathize with one of the people and you feel like you're falling in love.
Could you put that breakfast burrito on my desk?
I just thought you might be hungry.
That's why I love you.
I love you too.
Oh! Yeah. Yeah, right. You need that.
The cliche about romantic comedies is boy meets girl, boy gets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl back. There's no new stories in that respect. It's just, what's your take on the old story?
Happy? No, let's face it. I don't think our relationship is real.
I know. A relationship, I think, is like a shark. It has to constantly move forward or it dies. And I think what we got on our hands is a dead shark.
Annie Hall was a game changer. Woody said, I want to do a real film about real people where you can care about the characters and be somewhat emotionally invested.
Well, you and David, that's fine, that's great. Well, I don't know what I did wrong. I mean, I can't believe this. Somewhere she cooled off to me. Is it something that I did?
Never something you do. That's how people are. Love pays.
Love pays. God, that's a depressing thought.
There's no happy ending with a neat bow tie at
at the end. But ironically, Annie Hall became one of the funniest movies ever. It changed so much about the way people thought of, romantic comedies.
One of the summer's surprise hit movies stars Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. It's called When Harry Met Sally.
Men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
That's not true. I have a number of men friends and there is no sex involved.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Only think you do.
You're saying having sex with these men without my knowledge?
No, what I'm saying is they all want to have sex with you.
Nora Ephron wrote When Harry Met Sally, and she got a lot of help from Reiner creating the neurotic main character. That's because he was based on Rob Reiner.
When Harry Met Sally was, it was an extension of what I had been through as a single person, having been married for 10 years and then being single for 10 years. It was...
I thought I got the 5 and I got nothing.
With women and, the confusion of can you be friends with a woman, and if you have sex, does it ruin the friendship?
Why can't we get past this? I mean, are we going to carry this thing around forever?
Forever. It just happened.
It happened 3 weeks ago. You know how you to a person is like 7 years to a dog?
Yes. Is one of us supposed to be a dog in this scenario?
Rob Reiner's collaboration with Nora Ephron, they very much both work together to have an equal female and male perspective.
There are a lot of desperate women out there looking for love.
Especially over a certain age.
You know it's easier to be killed by terrorists than it is to get married over the age of 40.
That's not true. That statistic is not true.
That's right. It's not true. But it feels true.
Even a romantic comedy where you know what's going to happen, there's still something satisfying about it. But there's still something that works. I mean, that's why they use the formula over and over.